So, this Patreon request comes from Jonathan Bermudez. Hope I'm saying that name right. Yeah, and Jonathan asked me to do a fanfiction idea. This is one of the 2 requests he sent me. And what it is a fun one. They're both pretty cool. I will admit they were both pretty cool, but I was like, all right, which one do I want to do first? And I decided, you know what, I'll do this one first. And that is Bioshock and Hazbin Hotel, which I'm calling Bioshock Hazbin Hotel Hell's Rapture. I know, such a such a unique name, right? So let's get into it. So the Bioshock Hazbin Hotel. So in this story, we more or less have, it's another day at the hotel. And what is going on is that while Angel Dust is out working, he discovers that there is talk of a new part of Hell. Like someone is buying up a large sector in Pandemonium, the capital city of Hell, where everything takes place in that story. And in the story of Hazbin Hotel, I mean. And what happens is that Angel finds out that someone has bought up a huge section of the city of Pandemonium, and is converting it into like a city, like its own city inside of a city called Rapture. And he immediately goes back because he thinks it's kind of cool. He goes back to the hotel saying, "Hey, have you heard about this Rapture thing going on?" And immediately that catches Alistair's attention because he's just drinking tea, and he's just like, when he hears, "Hey, have you heard about Rapture?" "Rapture, you say?" So Alistair is immediately curious, but he feels that there's like talk of like maybe there's more going on with like maybe Alistair's letting on more, but he's just kind of like, "Oh, it's entertaining, I'm curious." Meanwhile, Charlie and Vaggie are also wondering what's going on. And meanwhile, Husk is just so pissed drunk he can't even, like, be bothered to even, like, yeah, I don't, he's like, I don't care, like, whatever's going on, it's not it shouldn't be our concern. It's kind of like, yeah, why should we even bother with this bullshit? Because, like, that's not our thing. But curiosity gets the better of them, so the Hazbin gang, can't believe I just said that out loud, go out and check out this new Rapture. And it turns out the guy running this is Andrew Ryan. Yeah, Andrew Ryan's in Hell, and he's created a new Rapture within Hell. So what has happened is that when Andrew Ryan died, he went to Hell, because of course that fucker would, and decided this time it's going to work. Like, this time it's going to work in Hell. Like, when he got to Hell, he was like, "Oh no, I went all of my..." He wasn't like, "Oh, my sins." It was more like, it was a new playground. It was like, there's no... Like, we are like, Hell is the perfect place to have a new Rapture. Because when you really think about it, Hell stands everything that Ryan wants with people. Is that idea of, you know, you're entitled to your own thing, you are allowed to create whatever you want, and no one can tell you otherwise. There is an authority in Hell, but it's not much of one. Like, literally, Hell is Ryan's heaven, in a way. Like, it's literally, like, the perfect design for everything he wanted to do. And it doesn't help that all the people he had with him in Hell are... all the people who mostly went to Rapture also went to Hell. But this time he's like, it's kind of like a John Hammond thing where it's like, when we have control. So Ryan literally is like giving out Evos to demons. Yeah, literally Evo to demons is literally the worst plan ever. Like, it's already, like, you already know that this is a bad idea already. And at first, like, many demons go to Rapture, and essentially there is like a what's going on is that there is a understanding between Lucifer and Ryan, that Ryan bought up all this land in Pandemonium to create Rapture, but Lucifer would still get like a large say of it. So already, like, and Charlie points it out, like, doesn't that kind of go against everything you stood for? That whole spiel of you're entitled to your own work. Are you saying like that's bullshit? And he's like, no, we had an agreement and I buy everything. He's like, yeah, but my dad's still king of hell. So when she starts really digging into him, that's when Ryan's like, shh, that's enough. You're like the the daughter of Morningstar will not be allowed to enter Rapture, nor will her friends. And then he sees Alistair and is like, oh, I rescind my words. Come, join. And at this point, Vaggy's already, okay, Al, what's the deal? And Alistair's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she's like, no, spill it. What's the deal with you and Ryan? And he goes, all right. It turns out that Alistair was the one who convinced Ryan. He's the one who gave Ryan the tools to build Rapture in exchange for his soul. But the problem was Ryan cheated him out of his soul. He more or less tricked Alistair to keep his soul and keep the tools he needed to create Rapture under the sea. So Alistair is kind of like, the man outsmarted me, but my pride doesn't allow me to say anything to... he doesn't want to speak up about it. He doesn't want to talk about it because he's so prideful about the whole thing. So he's just not okay with talking about it. And it doesn't help also that there's someone else who got to hell. If you guessed Frank Fontaine, you're right, because Fontaine's in hell and he's working with Serpentius, and Serpentius is already he's already curious. He already wants to have Rapture because it took up... What happened was some of the territory in Hell's Rapture took some of his territory from his city. It literally took his territory. Some of his territory went to Rapture. So he's already I'm gonna burn it all down. He's already I'm gonna burn it all down. I want my shit back. And when he encounters Fontaine, it's perfect. I got a guy to work with. This is gonna be great. So, yeah. So that's the idea, really, is that Ryan would go to hell, and like I said, hell would be perfect for Andrew Ryan in the sense that he gets to finally build a version of Rapture and kind of do, like I said, the John Hammond thing where it's this time it's going to be different. This time we'll have control, even though I've said there's no need for control. Ryan's a walking contradiction. We all know this. Anyway, so there you go, guys. What you guys tell me in the comments below. What did you guys think of this Bioshock Hazbin Hotel crossover? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. And I'd like to thank Jonathan Bermudez for sending me this Patreon request. And if you would like a Patreon request done, please hit the link below, head on over there, and hit the 4th tier, where you can not only send me a request to do here on YouTube, but also check out the exclusive content over on that end. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.